India's a country on the edge of two possible futures. A future that's well-fed and healthy, or a future with Western diets and Western obesity.
As people have better incomes, the diets change, the culture changes. They want processed food, quick, fast. A double career family, they all come back from work at about 6, 7, 8 p.m. What's the fastest food to cook? Open the can, open the packet, and dump everything together. It's junk food.
Tulika Verma lives in the Delhi suburbs. She doesn't do junk food. She eats nutritious fresh food with husband Rahul and their son and daughter. They're appalled there have been no systems or guidelines in India to keep junk food away from schools, where they feel children are especially vulnerable.
I don't rely on junk food because we are not sure that what kind of ingredients they have and its preparation also.
Tulika and her husband run an NGO, the Uday Foundation.
What we notice that some children are having health problems which are inborn or due to some disease. But some children are getting into it due to excessive consumption of junk food in their routine. And that is really harmful for their health.
Well, malnutrition is not that correlated with wealth in India. What you find is malnutrition can take a variety of forms. You can have low-calorie malnutrition, you can have high-calorie malnutrition. In the developed world, we're seeing an era of high-calorie malnutrition. In the developing world, we're seeing both.
The courts are considering a call for a ban on junk foods in India's schools. Among the petitioners leading the campaign are the Uday Foundation's Tulika and Rahul. Today they're in court calling for India's Food Safety and Standards Authority to set up a new framework for the future of food in India's schools.
Today we had a date in High Court regarding banning junk food in schools. Junk food should be banned. The government is very serious about this issue because it's related to the future generation of our country.
I'm against laws that some people might be calling for to ban fast food or even junk food. That while this might be an issue for a tiny segment of India, it's not an issue for most others who are struggling just to get their midday meals.
The fast food industry in India is growing by 1/3 a year. But does convenient fast food always have to be unhealthy junk food?
My personal take is anything what you overconsume is bad for your health. Anything which you overconsume, when you look at the fast food, it's quite healthy, I would say.
You don't say no to a burger, but you make it healthier. You don't say no to a cookie, but you make it healthier. Even the patty here has flax seeds and rich, and we are using fantastic oil, rice bran oil, which is monounsaturated fat. So you silently do the health thing without a person getting that tag that I'm eating something very different.
Tulika's driving 200 miles north of Delhi to Dehradun. She's here to meet Vandana Shiva. She's a globally famous development expert and the force behind the Navdanya network of organic farmers. Tulika wants to know their answer to obesity and malnutrition.
This country is a land of diversity. Okay. Anything you touch here is a source of nutrition. Behind you, this beautiful curry patta that the South Indians put in all their rasam and sambar, one of the richest sources of vitamin A. I don't think there's any culture in the world that eats as much diversity as the Indian cuisine. So the answer to healthy eating is right here on our land and right here in our culture. It's time to stop the inferiority complex, that everything from the West, including their junk food, is superior. We need to be discriminating and choose healthy, including that which comes from our own heritage.
Basically, policy has to be such that we invest in rural development as well as invest in agriculture.
How does that help obesity?
You eat better. You eat better food. You stop eating canned and packaged foods that come from the Western world.
Vishal Bunty and Sanjay are among thousands of Delhi rag pickers collecting the food industry's plastic wrappers. When they manage to make 200 or more rupees a day, what do they buy?
I like pizzas and burgers. If I have the money, I love to eat them. I have been eating them since I was 7 or 8.
That's the kind of fast food habit that's led Tulika to campaign for a ban on junk food in schools. And India's High Court has just found in her favour.
Today I'm quite happy with the judgment of the court, and court has instructed Food Safety and Standard Authority of India to make new guidelines and a comprehensive health policy for the schools.
It's an important potential victory and an indication that governments can act to promote a healthier and more sustainable diet.